What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Rain Knight Gaming. I'm Rain Knight, and instead of Meta Mondays, we're doing a Market Watch Monday, just because the new set just came out, and I wanted to point out a few things for you people that may not have been able to get out to events and are looking at this. Like, crap, how can I get cards? Do I need to buy these boxes at $200? The answer for that is no. Do not buy those huge product values. The sealed product is not going to make your money back at those inflated prices. The single market is not as crazy as it was when the game first came out. Things have calmed down a little bit, even on this second launch. And I feel like there was more product this time than last time. It was a little bit easier to get stuff. I was able to get all my stuff over the weekend pretty easily, which is way different than the last time. So let's jump on to TCG Player, and we'll just take a look at some stuff, and I'll give you guys some advice on how to get the product you need to play the game. First up, we have this is LR plus everything. These are going to be your most expensive cards in the set. Obviously, you're not going to see everything because there's some stuff that's just not up for sale right now, and that's going to be like the double plus Barbatos kind of stuff. Those things are super expensive, and it's not anything you should really buy. Including these normal pluses, you shouldn't really be buying these unless you really want these alt arts. I would even wait, because some of these are just going to go down in value really fast after maybe a month. But you know, under $100 barely, and then it drops fairly quickly. You've got your first couple that are above 50, a couple for like 140, 130, and then the rest are in the 20s and early to late teens. And it actually, $20 for Barbatos is pretty darn cheap compared to what we were seeing, like $40, $50 base rarity cards in the first set. So this is automatically much more, not expensive, less expensive. However you're supposed to say that. And then again, you get your other one. This is again for the Barbatos type style deck, $11, which is super inexpensive. I mean, if you're coming from any of the more pricey card games, this stuff is bottom barrel cheap for you. But let's get away from the alt arts and just get into normal rarities. That's going to give us an idea of how much it's going to cost to actually purchase these decks. Let's see, where are my base rarities? Here they are. So base rarities, you see the stuff drops off super fast. So you've got your first couple that are your teens, you've got Epion, Rebake, QB? I don't know how to say that one. Psycho and Barbatos. Those are your bigger value ones, and people are trying to find those. And then it drops off super hard. Zeta, G-Quux, Gundam X, not expensive. Almost under $5 here. This is $6. And then it gets under 5, under 4, and just goes down from there. So if you're looking to actually put a deck together, like maybe you're just starting to play in, you need to buy a full deck, it's going to be super inexpensive to get. And if you're just trying to buy bits and pieces, buying these singles are going to be so much less expensive than opening up product. I mean, look at this. Let's go to page 3. Because it's right in the middle. We're in sub 25 cents. So you're buying stuff super cheap here. And you're going to be able to get anything that you want really easily. Now, let's jump in and look at some actual prices. Maybe if you're just buying a deck straight up on TCG Player, got a few decks, just as an example of ones that have been buffed by certain cards or ones that are made up of majority new cards. First up, you got to go with the Barbatos stuff. It's got a lot of new stuff in here, and then also plays a lot of the old blue things. This one is a spider. Ew, God, I hate spiders. Ugh. I should probably take that out. Oh, I hate spiders. Okay. Purple and blue. This is going to be all the new Barbatos stuff from the structure deck and from the set. So it's going to be more expensive. Plus it has the blue structure deck, which is more expensive because this one was just hard to get a hold of. So you're playing, their $20 Barbatos, you're playing the $20 Rebuke, you're playing the $15 Barbatos 4th form, you're playing the $20 Grandpa Gundam, and just, everything's pretty expensive. This thing's going to cost you almost $300. I mean, it's a lot less if you already have the blue stuff, but this is going to be kind of your high end on actually purchasing a deck. And if you're just getting into the game, I don't recommend going straight for this one. There are much cheaper options to jump right into. This is a good example. This is the Wing deck. This is just a version of it that doesn't actually play Death Scythe. Been seeing a lot of that lately. People not going for that, and they're going more for like the Breach style things. So this one comes in under $100, and as you can see, only plays one new card. So it's just playing the new heavy arms because it's really good, and everything else is going to be from the first set, and it's all bottom barrel stuff. Except for like Zero and Wing. Those are your only really expensive cards. Then we've got the Epion deck, because who doesn't love Epion? So Epion's going to be, of course, your more expensive card in here, being almost $15. And then everything else kind of drops off. Your Zeta is, $7 almost. And then everything else is basically penny stocks on the dollar. So not bad at all. This one's, again, under $100. And it'd be a fun little Epion deck. I don't know how good Epion's going to be, but this plays a lot of blockers, so it may be pretty decent. Then the straight Zeta build. This is the Age build, I think, just because everything is from the Age stuff. And this is just going to be a white-blue. Uses majority white with just a sprinkle of the blue. So you're using a lot of new stuff in here. And this is going to be like a little over $100, $120. But not terrible. Most of that's going to be in your Grandpa Gundam, and then your Zeta, and then everything else is fairly inexpensive as well. Let's see. Yeah, nothing's terrible. Yeah, pretty inexpensive. Pretty fun deck too. Then we get into the Clan build. This is going to be a little more expensive than what it's showing here, just because, as you can see, it doesn't have data on a couple of these cards, so it's just not showing up in the price. This guy is going to be pretty expensive. Let's see, the structure deck is going to be expensive. This guy won't be very expensive. This guy, might be a little bit, just because. So, stuff from the structure decks, they're all sold out. And so this is probably going to go up to, I'm going to guess, almost $200, just because the structure deck stuff is really, really pricey right now. So if you want to go that way, just know you're going to have to buy in a little bit more. Last up, we're going to go into Ping, the new Ping strategy stuff. It adds, how do you say, QB? I don't know, QB. We adds the QB in there, it's a really good card, and it's going to cost you about $20. And then, you've got your normal stuff that's been in there for a long time. This little dude fills in here, but, he's super cheap. You're actually going to be paying $2 to $3 for the new pilot, and your new base is super cheap, and your new command is super, super cheap. That's kind of what decks are looking like right now. I didn't put anything for like the Xeon Rush stuff, because if they are adding cards, it's not very much. Xeon Rush is not going to be expensive, so if you do want to get into the game, look up a Xeon Rush deck. It's going to cost you like $50, maybe. So that's pretty cool. Super psyched that the game is expanding, and I've been to tons of these events. I'll put out a video pretty soon about my experience at the events, where I'm at, getting my master set together, and just, talking more about the game throughout the week. Okay guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you like this little market watch. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this one in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit up my Discord for anything else. Hey, you know what I always say, you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And I'll see you in the next one. See ya.